Hi everyone, this is Abrar. Welcome to Abrar Knowledge channel. Today's topic from the Lean Six Sigma, lesson number 33. We are going to discuss about VLOOKUP function. Very widely used. You all know that how important the VLOOKUP is. We can just VLOOKUP the data, fetch the data very quickly. That you might have done in Excel. I'm going to quickly recap and do it in Excel. Same time I'm also going to do in Minitab. The only difference between Excel and Minitab is number one, the terminology what Minitab uses is merge sheet. So that's number one. Number two is in Excel we can do only one at a time. For example, let's say I'm looking forward from, let's say, 1 2 3 I wanted to find out one refer to Jan and two refers to Feb. So in Minitab, not only we can do it, one versus various, various component we can find out like month, year, everything, but we can do it all together. So we're going to see. I have picked up two example. I'm going to discuss about those two example. Please stay tuned till the end so that you will get the entire package of learning about the complete knowledge in VLOOKUP. So just to give you briefing, in the Minitab, if you go to data, that is the third comment. If you can see on the top ribbon, if you go to the ribbon data, you have fourth option called merge worksheet. So you have two options. We are going to discuss about it. So in my this is my data. So for example, let's say one, I have already denoted that, okay, one refers to Jan. Full version is January, and it has got 31 number of days. And birth, let's say I just picked up like birth month of person A, person B, person C, and so on. This is one set of data I have. Yeah, maybe I will highlight in some color. Another set of data I have is the hemoglobin level. Let's say hemoglobin level is 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to say until 13, I'm going to say low. So anything 13.1 to 14, I mean 13.9, I'm going to say average. And anything 14 and above, I'm going to tell that as a good, and so on. So in Excel, let's say how you do it. Let's say I'm just going to erase all these value. Okay, and let's say my month, so 12 month, 2 month, and this is my inputs. I wanted to find out the VLOOKUP for that. So what I had to do, I had to give equal to. In the Excel we have to always give equal to VLOOKUP. So if you go lookup value, so 12 is my lookup value, comma, table array, where I will find that month. So here is that. So you can select both the things, both the columns, A and B. So column A and B came. So I can give comma 2 because because the value is there in 2 column, and I can give 0. So exact match. Yeah. So approximate match, exact match, I'm gonna give 0. Enter. So it came like 12 refers to December. Yeah, you can just mark that as plus. You can just double click it, all these value will come down. This very quickly and commonly used. Let's say I'm just changing another variable. So let's say instead of 12, I'm going to say 11. So 11 is November, and instead of 2, I'm going to say 3 March. Instead of 6, I'm going to say 7 July. All these it changes because it takes the formula, and because this formula has been assigned to this column, so it brings that formula and does it. So find out what is a full month. Same we need to do VLOOKUP. I need to find out the full version of that month, right? VLOOKUP, and I'm going to look up the value called month, and the array, I had kept the array in the master, so you can keep it in the same sheet also as well. So full, so 3 columns I have taken down. So I will say 3, and exact match is 0. So November. So you can just double click it, it comes down very quickly, it comes down. Number of days, let's say I wanted to find out the number of days. You can just go to VLOOKUP, and you can just click 11. Or by the way, you can also do VLOOKUP against month also as well. That's fine. So I'm just going with the number. So lookup an array is, this is my array, and how many columns? 1 2 3 4, 4 columns. Exact match is 0. I'm going to give 0, enter. So 30 days. So same way you can just, either way you can do copy and paste the same thing, or you can also do like plus mark and then double click it, it assigns that value. So this is one example. Okay, another example I have is something called hemoglobin. Let's read the data. So this is what I was quoting it. Let's say 9, anything 9 to 13, I'm just saying like low, and above 13, I'm just saying like fairly average until 13.9. 14, 14 and above, I'm saying is good. Okay, and let's say this is the value I have got. So one patient has got 12.1, one patient has got 14, one patient has got and so on. So how we do it in Excel? Very simple. We look up, this is the input I'm going to look up, and what is the array? Where do I get the input? So I can go to this one. So these two columns I have stored the result like hemoglobin and outcome. So I'm going to give this whole column 2 comma 0. So I got like low. So and then you can drag and drop. So 14 denotes good, and all these I have got. Let's say I've got I'm just changing this value like 13. Again it stays the same. Let's say I'm just saying 15. That's good. And let's say this one I'm just changing to 12. Yeah, so low. So like this we can do, even if you wanted to add more variables like let's say another patient has got the value of 13 or 14 and so on. You can just drag and drop, so automatically the value will come down. So this is how you will be familiar as you will be doing in Excel, right? Now let's do it in Minitab. Very interesting. Let's do it in Minitab. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy all these input data set. This is my input. I'm going to copy all of these data set. I'm going to paste in the Minitab. So this is the Minitab. I'm going to paste the value. So all these value got pasted. This is my, let's say I will rename the worksheet as maybe master index, something like that. Okay, master index I have renamed as master index. So this has got 1, and what is the equivalent value for 1, and what is the full extension of a month, and how many days, and so on. Hemoglobin level also I have taken down. So let's say I wanted to find out, let's say first I wanted to find out VLOOKUP input. Let's say input, what input I wanted to find out is, let's say I wanted to determine the month. Okay, so let's say this is my input. You have, let's say some people are in 2 month, born in second month, 4 month, 6 month, 8 month, 10 month, 12 month. Another is I will take it as odd data like 1 3 5 7 9 11. So it can be either way. So whatever the variables you would like to add, you can continuously add it. So this is my input. I wanted to find out, okay, 2, like how did we find out in the Excel, like 2 refers to Feb and all that. The same thing we are going to do it. So go to data, you have called merge worksheet. You have in this, you can have a go and click it. So the input data is there in master index. So have a go and click it. So by column. So first there are two things comes down. One is called by column, option available in by column, and include column, that is the result. So by column I'm just clicking it. So input. So this is input. This is what the input I have, like 2 4 6 8 10 and all that. That is equivalent to which column we need to declare. So here that equivalent to month. So maybe I will explain again once again here. So this value, because how we do it in Excel, the same way we have to find out the column. For example, let's say I wanted to find out this one. So we lookup value, because I have to remember that which source I have to pick up the data. Like this in the Minitab also we need to tell it once. For example, go to Worksheet. I mean, from this column I wanted to find out what month and all that. Go to data, worksheet, match columns, and master index, where I have kept all the values. Okay, input. So this is input. That input is referring the index we lookup value is in a month, right? 1 2 3 4 5. There you have. So you can give okay, and include by missing by level. So I just give okay, and then include columns. So what I wanted to find out, I wanted to find out from this is, let's say what I wanted to find out. I can find out multiple. That's one functionality that is great in this ones. Let's say I wanted to find out both. I wanted to find out the text. Let's say I'm excluding everything. Let's say include okay. I wanted to find out the full version, and let's say I wanted to find out this. I wanted to find out the full month of what does the number denote. I wanted to find out number of days. Let's say there's a third thing I wanted to define. We can give okay, and you can say, so where we can just give that where we wanted to par that output. So one thing about Minitab, it doesn't disturb your raw data. So it takes that where you wanted to par the output. So I will say Minitab VLOOKUP of month data. This is something result, so I can rename it as the result. I'll give okay. So you see here actually it, no, first it has whatever the input I have given. So all these it has taken down, and it has given like what from this data, this input data 2 3 4 5 6 and all that, it has given here. So it has just sent the data, and then it also mapped everything. Let's assume that I wanted to change the data. Let's say I wanted to bring some data which is not available. Let's say 13 month is not available. So I'm just giving 13 just to check the Minitab functionality. And next I will say 12. I'm going to repeat 12, 12 month, 12 month and all that. So again, we have to go to data, and let's say I'm going to delete this worksheet because I have changed the variable. So if you wanted to retain, you can retain. If you want delete, you can delete. So let's say I have changed the data. 13 is, of course, is not the month, right? So it should show some error, right? So we can go to data, merge worksheet, match values, go to this one, input, and here the terms is there as a month. So you bring these up. Okay, include missing by a level. Okay, column. So column, okay, this is the what I wanted to find out. First thing what I do, I just bring all these value here. I wanted to find out month, that is Jan, Feb, March. I wanted to find out the full version. I want to find out the number of days. I wanted to find out the birth month example. So all these four items I wanted to find out at once. Give okay, and here result, something like that I can keep of Minitab VLOOKUP. Yeah, so you can give okay. Yeah, how quickly it is there. So see that so the data, whatever the data, because I have not given any two here, so it is giving like a missing data. Yeah, so but I have given the data called 3, so 3 here. So 3, what month it is, and who born on that day, particular day. So I have not given 4 data, right? So it also find out very quickly. Like it takes, even if you have in the Minitab, I mean in Excel, you sometimes the Excel get stuck and all that, right? But Minitab does very fast, right? So that is how Minitab does. Not only one variable you can find out at a time, we can also find out multiple things. For example, I was having input only 1 3 5 and all that. I am able to do parallelly text, a month, and full version of a month, number of days and birth and all that. I can easily find it out. So that is one great specialty, because I have given 12, I mean 12 three times. So I mean 3 4 times here, 1 2 3 4 4 times. So it has given 4 times value. So this is how it is. And 13 is, of course, it is not in my index, because and it is giving me missing. It identifies very easily, right? I hope you like this. So let's do it one more, one more data, one more example with the help of hemoglobin and outcome. Let's say, first of all, I wanted to identify, okay, anything which is below 13. Okay, I'm going to say, red, right? So how to do a conditional formatting, just to whatever the data you have, I just wanted to format the data. You can go to data, you have something called condition formatting, and you have highlight cell, and maybe greater than or equal to, or less than also you can take it. So okay, hemoglobin, so hemoglobin greater than let's say 14, I'm going to consider that as a green, no problem. You can, so here if you see here, so all this has been, let's say I'm just giving like a 15.1, so it is automatically it's taking as a green, right? So like this we can also do that. There is something condition formatting also do that. Okay, let's find out the very interesting, let's find out what the variables. Let's say you have a patient history, and the result of that one history, hemoglobin input, maybe I'll put it this way, hemoglobin inputs. So the patient number 1 carried 13, and patient number 14, 15, maybe 12.1, 12 point, I mean 13, 12.4, oh, sorry, 12.4, and you have different numbers like 15.1, and let's say 16 or 14, you have 13, hemoglobin level 13, you have one more called 12.9. Okay, these are all the data you have. Let's say you have taken 10 patient records, and 10 patient values are here. So you wanted to find out, okay, this limit is okay or not okay, low or medium or high, you wanted to find out. Let's say the same thing. So you go to data, go to mesh it, match by values. So here what, where I have data is, I have data in master index because I have kept every value there. And hemoglobin input, that is, oh, sorry, hemoglobin input, that is equal to this column. So these two should match, so this data set and that data set should match. So I will say yes. I think it is got, okay, I think it is not got included. Okay, let me do it one more time. Mesh data sheet, go to this one, and you have something called okay, master index, and in that column 1, hemoglobin, this hemoglobin Hg here I have given, and you can bring these two variable together. Yeah, and if you want to include missing by level, you can do so. If you wanted to identify the missings, yeah. Okay, and include, this is what first thing is, you just delimit everything, so take it out everything. So you wanted to find out only the conditions, right, outcomes, right? You can click outcome and you can give okay, and let's say hemoglobin Minitab Vlookup function. Vlookup is called merge, right? So anything just for reference, Vlookup output, can give okay, and you can see here, so all these values, so my input content 12.1, it's indicated, all these value, it is beautifully indicated, this one. So let's say if I increase the data, it does very fast, so multiple things we can do at the same time. So that's one of the greatest features we have in the Minitab. So please make use of this, something called merge worksheet, where you can do, we can also merge two side also as well. Let's say I wanted to merge the month and the hemoglobin also I can do. So but commonly use match values, so where we can just match the values and bring the values together and all that. How you typically do in the Excel, the same way we can do it in this one. I hope this video was very useful for you, and please do comment if you have anything which you wanted to VLOOKUP. Even if you have one thing about which I almost forgot to tell, that is Minitab, even if it is 10 column, I mean 10 data set, n equal to 10 or n equal to 12, it takes the same amount of time. Even if n equal to 1 million, it takes the same amount of time, it does very fast. So maybe make use of in the Minitab, and how you do. If you do not have Minitab, you can do it in Excel. You can also do it in Minitab in much faster, efficient, and very cool feature it is. So thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead. Please do like, share, subscribe my channel.